So I was talking a little bit about this before with respect to videos getting views on YouTube. There's really no reason for YouTube to not push videos that get very good impression click-through rates. Because basically, what the impression click-through rate is when YouTube presents a video to a person, a registered impression. They're basically putting it in front of the person, right? So when they're scrolling on the browse page on, let's say you're on Chrome or something, and you have a YouTube tab up, and you're just looking around at videos and seeing a bunch of stuff that's basically designed for you. If they show your thumbnail to that person that's scrolling through YouTube, that's considered an impression, right? There's some other metrics and things that they consider YouTube impressions and whatnot, but that's the general idea. And generally speaking, what is considered an acceptable click-through rate, there's not really any specific number on this because it's different with every niche, but generally speaking, 2 to 10% is pretty good, right? 2% pretty much standard, 10% incredible, right? So if you've got a YouTube channel that's getting a click-through rate of like 7% on average, I don't know what Mr. Beast gets, but I'm pretty sure his is probably around like 15%-ish, so that's why he's so popular. But if you're getting a really high click-through rate, then YouTube should be pushing those videos to more people, right? Well, the primary YouTube channel that I work on, it's not mine, it's family members. Our click-through rate tends to be between 8 and 12% on our videos. I'm not exaggerating. And for some reason, YouTube is not pushing the videos. It makes no sense whatsoever. And we're not the only people that this is happening to. There's some really big YouTube channels to whom this is, with respect to whom this is occurring. Like Gary V, for instance. Gary V, gigantic YouTube channel, 4 million subscribers, and suddenly, after about 2021, he went from getting routinely between 500,000 to 1 million views per video to 40,000. I know that sounds like a lot to you and me, but for him, that's catastrophic. Catastrophic. That's less than 10% of what he was normally getting. That spells disaster for a YouTube channel. And if there is no... So the views are what get the money. The views bring the eyes to the advertisers, and the advertisers put the advertisements in the video and give the creator of those videos a nice little kickback, a commission for having brought the eyes to them. Well, if you're getting 10% of the eyes on your video or less, you're getting 10% or less money. And whether you're making $10 million a year or $1 million or 100,000 or whatever, if you suddenly get 10% of what you're normally getting, that's catastrophe. Because your life is designed, your business is designed to get a certain amount. So a person like Gary V going from 1 million views per video on average to 40,000 is cataclysmic. It's apocalyptic. And there are a lot of creators that are experiencing this. It's not just Gary V. It's a ton. So what is reasonable, and this is the way it was before they introduced YouTube Shorts. That's why I think YouTube Shorts was actually a pretty bad move, because YouTube's trying to be like TikTok, and they shouldn't be. TikTok is communist garbage. It's going to go the way of the dodo in the near future, so stop trying to be TikTok. But anyways, before TikTok came into the picture, normally a channel could reasonably expect between 5 and 20% of your subscription base to come back as typical viewers. That is, let's say you have 20,000 subscribers on your channel. Then you can probably expect between 1,000 to 5,000 views average per long-form video, depending on how long it is, how engaging it is, your click-through rate, all that stuff, but that's about what you could expect, right? Well, I work on a channel with 23,000 subscribers, almost 24,000 now. We routinely get about 150 views a video. There's no economic incentive there. And if there's no economic incentive there, guess what happens? We're not going to put much effort into the videos. And eventually, people are going to stop creating the videos. You'll get some passion projects here and there, and that'll always be the case. You'll always have the passion projects, but the really big production value people, it's not going to be there anymore. It's going to be gone. And this really started to become a big issue once YouTube introduced shorts, because it's screwed with their algorithm. And the people that watch shorts apparently don't watch long-form videos. At least that's the explanation of YouTube. So they need to fix this, like big time. It's a very simple calculation, and I've said this many a time, I'll say it again. So if you have a click-through rate of between 2 and 10%, pretty typical, then you can make the impressions calculation very straightforward to get back to those numbers that we were getting to before, which is, like I was saying, 1,000 to 5,000 views per video for a 20,000 subscriber channel. A new channel gets a baseline of 1,000 impressions. Let's say that they get a 10% click-through rate. That's 100 views on one of their videos. Pretty reasonable. 3%, 30 views, etc. You get the point. And then, based upon the number of subscribers, that adds one extra impression per subscriber. So let's say you have 20,000 subscribers. You get 20,000 extra impressions. So your baseline impressions go from 1,000 to 21,000, which, guess what, would yield between 1,000 and 5,000 views per video. And likes and comments and shares are a multiplier. So they'll multiply by 1%, increase the number of impressions for that video by 1% per like, or per comment, or per share, etc. You get the point. It's a very simple calculation, one that YouTube had down pat before they introduced shorts, and then after the fact, it all went to hell in a handbasket. Now we've got channels that are collapsing. People who want to create content, want to create good content, that are no longer able to, because YouTube not only has done this wacky thing with their shorts and stuff, but they seem to be putting their fingers on the scale, which screws everything up. Okay? So, assuming that YouTube has just as much economic incentive as you do in pushing your videos, if they're getting good click-through rates, which generally speaking they should, and assuming that shorts aren't really the cause of this, there's really only one other reason that I can think of as to why there would be so much calamity going on, so much instability with the view counts. It's because there's a piece of the algorithm that's attached to a specific group of people that YouTube is trying to silence, and that group of people acts as tendrils connected to all other pieces of the YouTube algorithm, and it screws with them. Now, to fix this, YouTube obviously needs to get rid of that finger on the scale. It's pretty straightforward. They got to find where it is and get rid of it. They need to stop manipulating people and let people actually get what they want to see. So, yeah, I mean, another aspect of this is I've heard some YouTube creators say that on average, for a healthy YouTube channel, about 30 to 40% of your views on average of a specific video should be subscribers. The number of people viewing the video are subscribers, 30 to 40%. Well, for this channel that I'm working on with 23,000 plus subscribers, about 0.1% of the viewers are actually subscribers. So they're not even pushing the videos to the subscribers. There's some really big problems here, okay? Essentially, an easy way to fix this is if they are not going to get rid of shorts, which is a big ask, then they could make it so that the long-form videos are pushed to shorts viewers as well. And even if those people don't view it, even if the click-through rate goes down, okay. So your click-through rate goes down to 3% as opposed to 10%. Well, guess what? You're getting 3,000 views as opposed to 300. Okay. Fix it. YouTube, fix it. It's been 3 years now. And it's causing everybody problems. Fix it.